you know, we all have these huge range of emotions, and this is just one of them highlighted with this more internal thinking process of like, why are we here? Like, well, hello. Today's video I am dedicating to my Twitch chat because we have an ongoing joke, which I explain in the video, about dead horses. And this was just serendipitous that one, I wanted to listen to more Guns N' Roses, and this song was called Dead Horse. We're gonna jump into this, but before we do, just a friendly reminder to please like and subscribe. And with that said, let's go. That same shirt! What is with that shirt? He's got the same shirt. Not that you care. I'm not the only one with whom these feelings I share. Nobody understands quite why we're here. We're searching for answers that never appear. But maybe if I looked real hard, I'd see you trying to understand this life that we're all going through. Why was that shirt blurred out?
Then when she said she was gonna like wreck my car, I didn't know what to do. Sometimes I feel like I'm beating a dead horse, and I don't know why you've been bringing me down. I like to think that our love was a tad more. It may sound funny, but you think by now I'd be smiling. I guess some things never change. Oh, never change. I met an old cowboy.
Okay, and before we get into the next verse, okay, one, why is that one person's shirt? Why is his shirt blurred out? What's on it? I'm curious now. I'm like, what's on it? That they had to blur it out. Not Charles Manson's face, but what was on his shirt that they had to blur it out? You know? I'm like, what is that? Hey, if you guys know what's on it, I want to know what's on it. Definitely put it down in the comments below. If you know what's on it, I want to know what's on it. I think somebody in the last time I listened to Guns N' Roses, the last time I listened to them, I think you guys had said that because he wore that same shirt. He wears that shirt. I feel like probably all the time. Oh wait, is he just flipping the middle finger? Is that, but it was close to his shirt, and is that why it was blurred out? Anyways, I'm getting distracted. But, sorry, my brain is like a ping ball machine right now. I'm just like, as you guys could probably tell. Okay, one, don't know what's on his shirt, very curious. Two, Axel, he wears Charles Manson a lot on his shirt. But I think one of you guys had told me that he was a fan of his music, of Manson's music, and that's why he wears the shirt. So I'm like, okay, there's some understanding in that. And then three, I like how they started this song. It was very, it was much slower than what we're at now. Right after we had the first verse and then the pre-chorus, which was, the pre-chorus was so strange, not because they did kind of a little section where they interjected some talking, which said, then when she said she was going to like wreck my car, I didn't know what to do. It wasn't that was shocking. It was the snapping sounds. I don't know what it was about those, just the snapping sounds. It just gave me, I just didn't, I wasn't expecting that type of sound, and for some reason, it just, you know? That sound, I don't know what it is about that sound, but it got me. And then when we get into the chorus, that's when things kind of pick up a little bit with the music. And Well, I honestly, I wanted to listen to more Guns N' Roses music. Period. But the fact that this song was called Dead Horse, I'm going to explain this to all of the YouTube people, why this makes me giggle, is because first and foremost, let me state, I love horses. I love them. I have always loved them since I was younger. I still love them today. With that said, we play video games over on the Twitch channel, and in a playthrough of Ghost of Tsushima, there were many times where I accidentally killed a lot of horses.
Looking for me?
No! Oh! I'm sorry, my love! Why is my sword out? I just want to mount. Ah! Oh! And I can already hear the Twitch chat in my mind being like, accidentally? Really, Rachel? Really? You accidentally killed those horses? You hate horses. And I'm like, no, I love horses. I would shoot the arrow and try to aim for the rider, but obviously the arrow arcs through the air and it would hit the horse, and then I would die, and then I would be sad, but then the Twitch chat would roast me. And ever since then, it's just been, I'm sorry, guys. I didn't mean to. He's just a baby, I'm sorry. An ongoing theme. So, this reaction I want to dedicate to my Twitch chat, my trolly Twitch chat, just because I was like, dead horse. Anyways, but again, I wanted to listen to more Guns N' Roses. It was just serendipitous that there was a song called Dead Horse, and I was like, well, I have to do that one. Looking at the lyrics, though, and the meaning of the lyrics, outside of the fact that it was serendipitous that this was called Dead Horse, he goes in the very first verse, sick of this life, not that you care. I'm not the only one with whom these feelings I share. Nobody understands quite why we're here. We're searching for answers that never appear. Maybe if I looked real hard, I'd see you trying to understand this life that we're all going through. Incredibly relatable. I think there is not one person in the world that hasn't thought that, like, why are we here? What is our purpose? What is life? And trying to kind of come to some understanding. Maybe scientifically, but also spiritually. Like, what does this mean? Like, what? Like, I'm a piece of grain in the beach that is the universe. Like, you know? And then, so when you get to the chorus and he says, oh, sometimes I feel like I'm beating a dead horse, that is a saying that is said. It's kind of an analogy of trying to make something work, make something go, make something work out, and you keep doing the same thing. And it's an analogy for that repetition of, like, you're beating a dead horse. Like, you're not getting anywhere. You're not going to get anywhere. The horse is in the state that it's in. There's nothing you can do to change that, but you continue to try, kind of mentality. So, and then you go, I don't know why you'd be bringing me down. I'd like to think that our love's worth a tad more. It may sound funny, but you'd think by now I'd be smiling. I guess some things never change. Some things never change. So there's definitely this pessimism in this song, and it's not a bad thing. I think we all have these thoughts. We all get pessimistic. We all get, we all have these huge range of emotions, and this is just one of them highlighted with this more internal thinking process of, like, why are we here? Like, the ultimate question, like, why are we here? What are we? Where, like, what? Like, what is purpose? So it's all that. It's all that, and then in the chorus, the verse, at least the first verse, kind of talks about the thought process, and then the chorus is more about like the feelings that come with that thought process. We're going to continue this though because we obviously have more in the song to explore, so let's jump into it.
I guess some things never change. Oh, never change. I met an old cowboy. I saw the look in his eyes. Something tells me he's been here before, 'cause experience makes you wise. I was only a small child when the thought first came to me that I'm the son of a gun and the gun of a son that brought back the devil in me.
That's a fun play on words.
Sometimes I feel like I'm beating a dead horse. I don't know why you keep bringing me down. It's like the thing that I love with a tackle. May sound funny, but you think by now I'd be smiling. I guess some things never change. Oh, never change. I ain't white when you calling out, so still wet behind the ears. I've been around this track a couple of times, but now the dust is starting to clear.
Jeez. These vocals, jeez.
Sometimes I feel like I'm beating a dead horse. I don't know why you've been bringing me down. I like the things that I love with
Loving these shots too of
money, but you think by now.
a whole bunch of different performances.
Sick of this life, not that you care. I'm not the only one with whom these feelings I share.
Facts. I like that. That I think is incredibly relatable, and it's one of those songs too that you listen to and you share that feeling of, well, it is having that feeling of having all these questions and knowing that there's not really an answer for them. It's this open-ended question that we as humans try to answer all the time, but we never really do, you know? And so the way that he says, it may sound funny, but you think by now I'd be smiling. And then in the last course, he changes it up a bit because he continues to say, oh yeah, I'd be smiling. No way, I'd be smiling. Oh, smiling. It almost, like, for me, the way that I see it is kind of this sassy, like, I have all these important questions, but you would like, what I'm saying might sound weird, and you'd think by now, you know, I would find the answers and I would be happy, but I'm still trying to figure it out. That's what I get from this song. I'd be smiling. Oh yeah, I'd be smiling, you know. And then you go back to the very beginning of the song with that outro. Sick of this life, not that you'd care. I'm not the only one. These feelings I share. And I'm like, yeah, that's 100% relatable. I mean, I'm just trying to figure it out. And a lot of times there's no answer for it. And I'm sick of that. I wish there was an answer for it, you know? Also, one other thing. There's a couple sayings in this. So first, it's the obvious one, you know. Sometimes I feel like I'm beating a dead horse, in which we talked about. But the other one is still wet behind the ears. And I believe that is basically saying, like, when I think this is what it is, and I'll look it up after I say this, but I believe it's basically saying, like, you are a baby, you know, like when babies are born, they're still wet behind the ears kind of thing. So when someone says, oh, you're wet behind the ears, it kind of means that you are you're still new, you're still a baby, you're not as experienced. So when he says that, I ain't quite what you'd call an old soul, still wet behind the ears. He's basically saying, like, I don't have the wisdom of age yet because I'm still in that process. I'm still learning. I'm still growing. But yeah, I just want to wet behind the ears.
A few moments later.
Newborn animals. When a calf, foal, or farm animal is born, it is wet with the amniotic fluid. So, same kind of thing. Yeah. It's just like, yeah, baby. It's just a baby. You know, you were young, immature, and still learning. Is kind of what that means. But I really like that song. I thought that was the song itself is very fun while still asking these big questions that he doesn't have the answers for, and I don't have the answers for. And it's kind of this shared feeling of that. So I really like this. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you guys enjoyed this reaction. If you did, hit the like button, hit the subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you cutie patooties in the next one. Bye, y'all.